Today we butchered our pigs, so obviously we're having pork for supper. I have this nice pork roast here. I'm gonna season it, stuff it with garlic, and cook it up slow on the wood stove. Gonna go all out for the boys today. While that's cooking, I'm gonna put together a rhubarb raspberry crisp to have with ice cream for dessert. So take a look and hope you enjoy it.
It is hot out here.
Here we have our garlic all peeled. So we're just gonna poke holes, just kind of randomly actually. Take a chunk, just stuff it in there. So this is gonna add a lot of flavor to our pork. Plus it's such a treat when you get a slice that has the garlic in it. So good. I'm gonna keep the spices real simple because this pork is gonna have a lot of flavor on its own. Just gonna make a rub to go on it. I usually use coarse ground salt. I just like it better. There's some pepper in there. Here we have some garlic powder, because you can never really have too much garlic, I don't think. Just a little bit of paprika and a little bit of onion powder. Okay, so we have our blend of spices here. Just gonna give it a nice rub here on the outside of our roast. Okay, I think we have it covered. Let's go get a nice sear on this. I've been preheating my pan here for about half an hour. I wanted it nice and hot so when I put this roast in here, get a good sizzle and sear on the outside. Oh yeah.
And here we have our older model dishwasher.
Dessert for you. Meat is sizzling away. Oh yeah, that's gonna be good. While our pork is cooking, I'm gonna get dessert going. I'm gonna make a berry rhubarb crisp. So in Alberta, rhubarb is so easy to grow. Almost everybody has rhubarb, can't get rid of rhubarb. So we have a massive rhubarb plant. So I have some here that was frozen in the freezer, as well as raspberries. And we are so fortunate that we have just an enormous amount of raspberries on our property. So this past summer, I spent probably about 3 weeks picking raspberries almost daily to have in the freezer for just an occasion like this. So let's get it all mixed up. Here we have oats. As usual, no recipe. And brown sugar. I'm going to use quite a bit of sugar for this one because the raspberries and the rhubarb are both pretty tart. Here we have our butter. Just eyeball this. Throw a sprinkle of flour in there. Not too much of this. That should do it. Now we need some spices. So definitely cinnamon. What would go good with this mixture of fruit? Cinnamon, maybe a little bit of nutmeg. I think we'll just go with that actually. This is our cinnamon, so I'm going to put a generous amount of this one. A little sprinkle of nutmeg as well. Just washed my hands, so now we can mix all this up. We want that butter to crumble in here. There's a lot of butter I put in there, so I'm going to make a little extra here. I'm going to add a little bit more sugar and a little bit more oats. Almost there. There's a lot of topping in here, but that's okay. It's the boy's favorite part. Actually, when I first made Joe an apple crisp shortly after we started dating many years ago, he could not figure out why I had just put the topping on the top. I guess he grew up with a layer on the bottom, then the fruit, and then another layer on the top. So ever since then, I make it that way for him. Because you get more of the good stuff. Alright, so here's our cast iron. Just going to put a nice layer in the bottom. It's a lot of butter and sugar. This is not a healthy dish, but so delicious. All right, then we have our fruit. It's going to kind of give it a quick mix. Dump that in. Because I put a little bit of flour in our topping, if there's excess moisture, liquid comes out of the fruit, that flour will just help thicken it so it's not super runny in the end. Yeah. All right. There we have it. Put our lid on. We'll go get this on the stove. This will take quite a while to cook. I'm going to cook this slow. So I'm going to put it near the back of the stove where it's not quite as hot and elevated. And we'll just let this cook away for a few hours until we're ready for dessert. We have a nice sear on the other side of our roast. So I think we can go ahead and put the lid on that. We're also going to elevate it so that it doesn't continue to cook quite so fast. There. All right, that is tucked away nicely. So now we have our roast cooking, our dessert cooking, and I can get some dishes done here before dinner. Okay, we're gonna check our roast here and see how it's doing. Smells good, that's for sure. Okay, so our roast is done. We're not quite ready to eat yet, so I'm gonna cover this back up and take it off the heat and let it sit until we're ready. Okay, so we're gonna move our roast back here. It's still gonna stay nice and warm, and that cast iron's gonna hold the heat really good. So by the time we eat, it should stay warm without cooking anymore. And let's take a peek at our crisp. Oh yeah, it's bubbling. That should be ready for dessert. Check our crisp while we're over here. That's bubbling away. Smells good. It's pretty close to being done. So I'm just gonna let the fire die down a bit, keep this elevated. It'll slowly finish cooking while we have dinner.
All right, dinner is done. This pork roast smells amazing. It looks so delicious here, guys. I'm gonna throw it on the cutting board here. It's nice and juicy. Let's slice it up here. Oh, that is so tender. So let's plate up some of this roast here. And then for dinner tonight, we're doing pork roast and side of rice here. With rice, you can always have to have butter. Okay. And then on top of the rice, we'll just take some of this broth. And that adds lots and lots of flavor. Dinner is served. All right, dinner was amazing. I pigged out as usual. Now it's time for dessert. We have the berry rhubarb crisp. And we're gonna throw a little bit of vanilla ice cream on top. Oh, this stuff is steaming hot. It smells so good.